Hallelujah. 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 Why am I hallelujah? Because thank you. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in over the years. When did I start doing these again? 2015, I think, in early 2015. I started them in 2012. Did them through early 2014, or was it end of 2013? I don't know, whatever. But this is video blog number 60. And for those of you who read my text blog, why would you? Because nobody watches these, which is the point I'm going to get to. You will know this is it. I just can't see the point in spending the effort to make these things anymore. Especially since I am so sick and tired of this camera cutting out on me mid rant and not telling me, no beeping, no indication that the battery is low or that the whatever is low, and the problems with the port that aren't going away. I mean, I sometimes have to cold boot the entire machine just to get a working port for this camera, and it's only this camera. It's not the backup drive, it's not the thumb drive or stick drive, depending what you call it. Nothing. It's this camera. Now I'll still do my cover songs. In fact, I want to do Alan Parsons' Old and Wise, one of my favorite songs by him. So I may even do that tonight. And this may be a two-parter. I may do some of this now and some of this later and then some tonight, since it is the end. But everything that really is going on in the year, I've detailed in text blog number 2. Excuse me, I even bullet pointed it. Because, I mean, there's certain set things that are going to happen. At least that I'm planning on happening. I mean, you never know what's going to happen, really, do you? You never know what life will toss at you. So, I mean, okay, I just came back from my cardiologist. Much to my dismay, and this sounds silly, my heart's doing better. The infraction ratio, which is the dispersion ratio of blood, which is what was kicked in the side of the head by the cardiomyopathy prompted by the 2 heart attacks back in 2010 into 2011, went from 12% to 27% to 38% in July of 2011, stayed there, steady 38%, which meant I was just cool not to get a defibrillator sliced, and they were going to cut me open here like a shirt sleeve pocket and insert a metal defibrillator had I not reached 38% or more. Then I moved down here, and my first echo, I'm 40%. Now I'm 45%. And the doctor's like, well, 50's normal. And I said, well, they told me up north that it was 60, over 60 is normal. He's like, you're never going to get there. That's not a reachable goal. I'm like, oh. Okay. He says, you're probably going to stay at 45. I said, well, what does it mean? How does that affect me? He says, you can run a marathon if you want. You can do this, do that. And I'm not panicking inside going, okay, how does that affect my federal disability? He said, I'm not going to say anything. Okay, cool. But, even though I was granted permanent disability status, that doesn't mean, when would it be? February of next year will be 7 years. They may do the 7-year check. That's something they can do if they want to. And they would have to see that I'm now no longer 38% or I'm not 27%, I'm 45%. They could potentially pull my benefits. which, I mean, financially, not a big worry at the moment, but my health care would be a concern. But you know, if I'm that great, fine, I don't need to take the pills, do I? That's what my response would be. I'd say, great. Well, I really don't need to take the pills now, do I? I don't need the metoprolol and the isosorbide mononitrate and the Plavix and the, oh, fudge knows what else I take for that's specific for the heart. I don't need any of them anymore. I can stop. Don't need to see you anymore, the cardiologist said. Yeah. I just need my insulin for the diabetes, the sedative, which unfortunately I'm addicted to, and the antidepressant I'm addicted to, which, believe me, I'd love to get off both. They don't seem to be really, you know, if I dial down, I won't have a mental break, I assume. Okay, fine, take me off the meds. If I'm doing that great. The doctor did chime in and say something about the reason I've gotten better is that over the years the meds you take have been repairing. He says the heart will repair itself. I said, oh. Now, why was I told by experts at Mass General Hospital that I would never get better? My permanent disability from 4 cardiologists. I'm sorry, that holds more weight than, I don't care how nice the guy is. You know, people down here in Ocala. If they were that great, why are they here? So as I've stated many times to myself, if push came to shove and my disability was threatened, I would spend whatever it took to go up to Boston, even if I had to stay in a hotel, because I don't know if Joe would have the space to put me up, and I would have the tests run. Every test. Stress test, echo, all x-rays, everything they ever did and do at Mass General. And then have them read them and tell me what I am. Tell me really how I'm doing. Is my infraction ratio, in fact, 45? They want me to go for a stress test. Like next week, or whatever, 6th of July, I don't even know where I am. It's 21st of June. So they want me to come in for that. The only thing stressy about the test is waiting for the damn results. That's the stress test. But anyway, this doctor was saying, and he was different from my regular doctor. He's in India on vacation. And he was saying, you know, the more you do, the better you'll get if you want to really get your heart up. You know, and I said, well, there's nothing really to do here. Like, even walking, there's nowhere to go. There aren't even sidewalks here in the park. You get outside the park, there's no sidewalks. It's the road, which is a state road, and then there's a ditch, like a drainage ditch, grass. You'd be walking like sideways along the road, and believe me, it would be extremely easy to get killed because the cars come so close to you. And there's nothing to see. Trees. Then horses, which would be interesting. But then, you know, walking it's probably a lot more boring than driving it. It's a boring drive, so walking it must be horrifying. So, but upcoming, current. I got the 5th and final review from Reader's Favorite, another 5-star review, and finally somebody said it in a quote form. Brilliant, simply brilliant. In quotes from a reviewer. I am very happy because I can use that and parlay that one line however I wish. Someone officially has called me brilliant. Not that I didn't know that. Sorry, folks, do have an ego. I knew I was brilliant. Always knew I was brilliant. But to get it from an external source and, a respected review source, that means the world. It really does. So, thank you. I forget your name. I'm terribly sorry. I'm terrible with names. But thank you for verifying what I always knew and that I can put in print that I am brilliant and that my poetry is brilliant in relation to that. Brilliant, simply brilliant, Sand and Ashes by Paul Tait. Pick it up here at this store and that store. That's what I meant by using it. And then the Paul Tait Home Collection of cover songs from Stones, Elton, Bad Company, a lot of karaoke from YouTube, like House of the Rising Sun, astounding tracks. I would never do karaoke in the past because usually the backing tracks are horrifyingly bad, like elevator music. But these are great. And so I've been singing tons of stuff. George Michael's Mother's Pride, blah, 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 them too. Anyway, it's about an hour and 15-minute video. That's going to be promoted in July. Then in September will come the Paul Tait Live for You. Yes, that's what the official name is. Actually, Paul Tait Live for You 2017. And I say, imagine if Paul Tait played a club like he did in the 80s and 90s. Or imagine Paul Tait came to your house and gave you you and your friends, an intimate live performance. This is what you would get. So there you go. Yes, I'd love... Well, see, now that I'm normal, according to this doctor, I can start doing web searches to see about touring Europe. Since my audience is in Europe and in Asia, see what would go into it. I know I'd have to pay for it. That's the problem. I'm still nobody from nowhere. I don't have a label. I don't have any backing. I'd have to pay for it. And try to just say that, you get it back from performance. And I doubt that would happen. I could go over by myself, play solo, just like I do in this Live for You thing, because I am that good. I kick trash cans down the street in my spare time. That's right. No, I kick butt. I kicked it off? I don't know. No, turn this back on. I kick butt as a piano player solo. Anyone who's ever seen me knows that. That's why I was never a coffee house act. People would say to me in the old days, why don't you play the me and thee? Why don't you play the this and that? I'm like, because I would blow the roof off the friggin' place. And people don't come to those places to be blown away or to pay attention even to the act most of the time. They're there to drink their super cappuccino and talk to each other. They're not there to see me or anyone, really. Unless, like, Haley Reardon, singer-songwriter, folky, she got a pretty good audience that would come just to see her over time. The same with piano bar. I could never, ever do piano bar. Even if I tried to be mellow and tried to be, background music, I just never succeeded at being in the background. Nope. Nope. And so, here we are, part friggin' 2. It's night now. It is now my usual time. It's a little past midnight. Well, okay, what did I leave off? I talked about, and putting the line. Yeah. Oh, the next volume of poetry has been pushed up to October from September because of money. Predominantly, I didn't want to have to be promoting the book and also promoting the live thing through AdWords at the same time. So that's the sole reason for pushing that up a month. And then I need to begin work on Boston dialect. I mean, while I can, you know, before they force me to work at Publix as a grocery bagger. I mean, what am I gonna do, really? For laughs, or I used to say shits and giggles. Yes, I swear. Sorry, folks. I do so much to try not to in these video blogs, but it really is like a second language to me. Profanity. Excuse me. I'm leaking. And I leak. Yes, I dribble sometimes. No. I did themonster.com, and they've changed their interface immensely. But anyway, it's a little simpler. They say type in what you want. So I had to put technical writer. Thankfully, that was a choice. And then my zip code for here in Ocala. One result was receptionist. The other one was package handler. But then there was a result for tech writer. It was in Jacksonville, which is 2 hours away without traffic. I'm not leaving at 4 in the morning and get to work by 8, you know. That's not friggin' happening. So what it tells me in just a little bit of like a microcosm and then, you know, expanding upon that, is that there's nothing here. If it came to that and I wanted to get into my old field, there's nothing here. I mean, here there are retail or you know, receptionists, like I said. There's you know, bagging groceries. There's, you know, Walmart might be a good idiot job. They hire morons there. I could just come in and say, yeah, well, you know, I was okay, and then I got hit in the head. No, I mean, and I could, yes, I'm un-PC. I don't really care if that sounds like somebody who has a mental disability. I really, really don't. So I think it's funny, me talking that way. Not someone who actually talks that way, really. Yeah, sorry for them. But anyway, I truly, you know, honestly don't want to get back into technology. I don't want to get into the office culture again because it sucks. And everybody's an asshole, pretty much. But I also don't want to do face-to-face customer service. I don't want to deal with people. I mean, I'm really limiting myself to like nothing. Maybe a truck driver. You don't see anybody. You just drive your truck from one place to another. You back it up to the loading dock. Somebody else unloads it. You just do some paperwork. Or probably now you do a scanner and then you have to electronically sign and all this horseshit. Fine. Cool. Anyway, I don't want the, again, you know, so that'll be brilliant for me personally, is not to have to deal with this stupid piece of crap. I don't understand it. It's a newer model camera. This thing, this little itty bitty just photo camera that has a video capability, did a better job overall than that thing. The only thing the Canon has, it's got the HD picture. It's got a nicer picture, a little more definition. That's it. The sound is shit. The battery memory is crap. It's just awful. And no more. So this is it, folks. Goodbye. VBlog 60. Paul Tait signing out. I'll type my updates if anything extraordinary happens. Whatever. See ya.